Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem is sung by Ichabod.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Almighty God, we thank you for the calling you placed on Scott and Eve to serve you and this nation. We're grateful that you equipped them to complete their mission. We pray that you would continue to use them for great things as they transition, hopefully to Idaho, but ultimately to whatever fulfilling and satisfying community you have in mind. Please illuminate their paths and open worthwhile doors of opportunity. We ask that you would hear and answer their prayers for their family, bring into their lives those that they can minister to and care for in whatever ways bring about a better world within their reach. Allow them to make an eternal difference in the lives of others. Amen.
Thanks for being the type of leader that ensures the next generation of submariners are ready to meet the challenges of tomorrow. Just as this is the end of one phase of his life, it's the beginning of another. So our gathering today also gives us the opportunity to wish him every success in the future as he looks forward to new challenges and rewards. I'd also like to extend a special warm welcome to Chief Oney's wife, Caine. I know that you, more than any of us, are vividly aware of the sacrifices that your husband has made in service to our country. Thank you. It's now a pleasure to introduce today's guest speaker, retired Chief John West.
We got out of boot camp, and his mom cried when she saw him because she sent the Navy a football player, and she got back a basketball player. And Scott made chief a year after I did. We had a very similar career paths, and so they came in to do the ping and everything. And Commander Lottie walked up and he said, "You must be very proud of your son." And Scott's dad looked at him and said, "Yeah, after those 3 years in prison, I'm proud of anything he does." Scott's never been one to be idle. As I was looking through his career path, everywhere he went, he had major collateral duties, a lot of times more than one. He just goes, and it made my job a lot easier on Nebraska when he was there. He's always had that stand-up character. He's just a great guy, and I'm proud that he's been part of my life.
Yes, please rise for the presentation of Chief Oney's Retirement Award. Military members, attention to award. This is certified that the Secretary of the Navy has awarded the Navy Marine Corps Commendation Medal, Gold Star in lieu of second award, to Chief Sonar Technician Scott Oney for meritorious advancement while serving as Sonar Division Leading Chief Petty Officer in USS Alabama Gold from September 2011 to September 2013. Chief Oney consistently performed his demanding duties in an exemplary and highly professional manner. A consummate professional, he used his expertise to mold and develop high-caliber teams, resulting in over 20 successful submerged transits through the Straits of Juan and Fuca, and several anti-submarine tracking exercises. A technical expert, he was vital to the rapid identification and repair of a plethora of significant sonar system equipment failures. Chief Oney's outstanding professional performance has provided significant and long-lasting benefits to the submarine force and marks the culmination of a successful 20-year naval career. Son J.B. Collier, Captain of the United States Navy, Commander, Submarine Squadron 17. Next is a letter from the Master Chief Petty Officer of the Navy. Dear Chief Oney, as Master Chief Petty Officer of the Navy, I join all the Chief Petty Officers in expressing sincere appreciation and boldest gratitude for your sacrifices and dedication given to guard our country's freedom. I'm thankful that as a member of the Chief Petty Officer community, you've continued our proud CPO tradition of being the driving force behind the finest Navy ever. Your continued leadership and example in this final assignment to retired Navy are both welcome and extremely important to the continued success of our great Navy. Next, I would like to invite Chief Oney's wife to the stage. Usher, please escort me to the stage. The wife's watch. While her sailor answered her call from the sea, she stood on the shore fighting down the fear that he would not return. In his absences, she had to deal with car repairs, home maintenance, financial worries, pet injuries, and illnesses. All of these and more she has taken in stride so that her sailor could proudly serve our nation. Today the side boards are posted and the boatswain stands ready to pipe her. And as she has for so many years, a sailor's wife stands waiting on the shore. Soon the pipe will sound, her sailor will come ashore for the last time. His watch stands relieved, so does hers. We gratefully honor her courage and steadfastness and offer our best to both of them for the new life they now begin. Certificate of Appreciation for the United States Navy. To all who shall see these presents, greetings.
Greetings.
This is a certified Eve Oney. Today, after completing over 23 years of active naval service, your husband has ended an honorable and faithful service to his country, and his efforts are sincerely appreciated. Such a rich and rewarding career reflects a strong commitment to the principles of freedom and democracy and the belief that we must be upheld at any cost. That type of total commitment is not possible without the full support of the entire family. Although you may have never had to carry out a military order or deploy to hostile waters, your loyalty and steadfast support of your husband's career can rightly be viewed as service to your country. That loyalty and dedication were significant courses of strength for your husband during arduous duty and exemplified the highest traditions of patriotism. On behalf of the Department of the Navy and myself, I extend you a sincere thanks and express our appreciation for a job well done. Given this 19th day of July 2013, Signed Commanding Officer, USS Alabama North. Usher, please escort me back to her seat. A fine sword, a brace of pistols, maybe a sea chest of fine wood bound in brass was presented to remind the retiring crews and ships he has served with. And in this case, it would be a fine chest of wood. Chief Boss, Chief Taylor, please retrieve the shadow box. Chief Oney, retirement shadow box depicts your career achievements in the United States Navy. It includes your many professional awards and the uniform devices indicating the ranks you progressed through as you worked your way up the advancement ladder. Additionally, the national anthem is symbolic of the nation you have served faithfully during your 23 years on active duty. Retire the shadow box. Also, on behalf of the Chief Corps, we would like to present you with this plaque, which, when turned over, doubles as their privilege cord.
Flag detail, Fort March. About face.
I am the flag of the United States of America. My name is Old Glory. I fly atop of the world's tallest buildings. I stand watch of America's Hall of Justice. I fly majestically over great institutions of learning. I stand guard with the greatest military power in the world. Look up and see me. I stand for peace, honor, truth, and justice. I stand for freedom. I am confident, I am arrogant, I am proud. When I am flown with fellow banners, my head is set a little higher, my colors a little truer. I bow to no one. I am recognized all over the world. I am worshipped. I am saluted. I am respected. I am revered. I am loved. I am feared. For more than 200 years, I have fought in every battle of every war. Gettysburg, Appomattox, San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, Rome, the beaches of Normandy, the jungles of Guam, Okinawa, Korea, Vietnam, in the heat of the Persian Gulf, and a score of other places long forgotten by all. I have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of my own country, and what is done by those whom I am certain with the battle that hurts. But I shall overcome, for I am strong. I have slipped bounds of earth, and from the vantage point on the moon, I stand watch over the new frontiers of space. I have been the silent witness to all of America's finest hours, but my finest hour comes when I'm torn in strips to use as bandage for my wounded comrades on the field of battle. When I fly half-mast to honor my sailors and Marines. When I lie in the trembling arms of a grieving mother at the graveside of her fallen son or daughter, I am proud. My name is O Glory. Long may I wave, dear God, long may I wave.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to present the man of the hour, Chief Scott Oney.
First, thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate it. You look back over your career, and it's having shipmates here, family. Just thank you so much, John. Thank you very much. One thing you learn about John is that you never ask him to do something unless you want it done with honesty and integrity. Sometimes it's brutal honesty, but it's always done with integrity. I firmly believe no matter who you deal with, you have to learn something from everybody. And I'd say that John and I learned a lot from each other. He's a good chief, and he had a lot to learn. I'm sorry, I had a lot to learn. Thank you for the guys that have shown up from the different commands. I really appreciate you guys being here. I'd really like to thank the captain. We were right in the middle of getting ready for a big inspection, so for the command to take the whole afternoon to do this, it's definitely says something. I would like to thank the XO. Stylistically, we definitely differ, but no one can argue that that man gets things done. And I would like to say that he has a good amount of the responsibility for the successes that we've had. But I think that really is a low shot at what he's done. I would say that man's responsible for this crew coming back in one piece. Okay. Thank you very much. Definitely a good job off the fly. And it's not easy being a cop. You know, I've got 15 guys in my division, and when one guy's having a bad day, they're all having a bad day. Well, he's got 150 guys. And when one of us is having a bad day, we're all having a bad day. And let's face it, being a cop, the main thing you look forward to from patrol to patrol is having a can of cream corn dumped on your head sometime during halfway night. Sometimes the crew's nice and doesn't put it in the refrigerator or the microwave. So, thank you very much. Also, I've been told throughout my career that the retirement ceremony, while it's here to symbolize the member, it's for the crew. Okay? It's for the junior guys. Okay? To see that career path, that transition. So, it's you guys that I want to talk to real quick. I've heard it said a lot when somebody says, hey, this is kind of messed up. You say, well, that's the way it was when I was qualifying. Okay? our job, when you get your fish, is to make things better for the guys behind you. Okay? Somebody else I'd like to thank is STSC Brown. Are you here, Chris? Brown. There it is. He's allowed me to actually do what I need to do. So, Chuck Brown, come up, please. So, as a retiring chief, we look for guys like Pithouse Brown, and to continue the tradition of what we're doing. Okay, I have no doubts that if it's not this time, it'll be on the next chief's board. His name will be on it. So I'd like to pass down my acres to Pithouse Brown. So throughout my career, and I don't know how I came up with this philosophy, but I figured that if I could impress two people, just two, that everybody else would be impressed. That if I could make these two people proud, everything I did, I'd be doing good. Those two people are my wife and my dad. Now, I was thinking, what about mom? Well, moms are a little special. You know, moms, if you try, they're proud. Okay? That's basic. Dads and wives, on the other hand, they kind of want results. Okay? And that's just the way it is. And I remember being a 19-year-old and telling Dad that I joined the Navy. And Dad tried to talk me out of it. And I always knew my dad was a smart guy, but I didn't think he was quite with it. You know, he isn't up with the times. You know, he doesn't see things from my perspective. He said, I didn't think he was dumb, just not with it. And when you're a 19-year-old, and we have a lot of 19-year-olds in here, and we have to deal with them every day, you know everything, right? God has opened up the vault of knowledge, and you have it all. I was 19, I was the same way. And then I hit my mid-20s. And, well, Dad might have been right about a few things, but you know what? I still pretty much knew everything. And I got to my mid-30s, and I thought, you know what? Okay, I probably didn't know everything. Probably Dad knew a little bit more than what I gave him credit for. But I'm still pretty smart. Now that I'm in my mid-40s, I figured out my dad's a friggin' genius. He told me, you know, boy, stay at home, go to school. I said, gee, Dad, I don't want to do that. I don't want to sit in a classroom and learn random facts and figures. I can't play football, so I don't want to go and, you know, be someplace where I got to work out all the time and then don't want to wear a uniform or anything like that. So, in my wisdom, I joined the Navy. Yeah. And just, I would like to thank you. You have definitely made me the man that I am today. I didn't know how tough my dad was until 1 month he had a stroke, the next month he had swine flu, and the next month he had a heart attack. And he came out of the heart attack stronger than he was before he had a stroke. So, and then my wife Caine. In 22 years, there's only once she ever got me in trouble with command. You know, and you know, you think of those wives. She was never one of those wives. But one time she got me in trouble with command. In Hawaii, when I was on the Bremerton, she would stand at the same spot. And you guys pulled in and out of Hawaii, you know it's Widow's Walk. And there's a couple of jets there for the airport, and just down from that's the Widow's Walk. And the job that she had, she could stand there every single time a boat came in and out. She was so consistent that the piloting party made her an abbey. And at first, and we went in and out a lot, you know, it was okay, Mark, this is Oney. Well, then they started briefing her in the piloting party briefs. She was an actual navigator. Well, we were going out, and I knew that when we went out that one time, that she'd gotten a job that wouldn't allow her to come back. Well, wouldn't allow her to stand there every time the boat came in and out. And I was topside, flying handler, and we were coming in, sure enough, she wasn't there. The boat pulled in, moored up, we were putting up the lifelines, and the captain came up to me and says, Mr. Oney, we need to talk to you. Pulled me to the side, and he said, we might have to take you to captain's mast. And I was like, sir, what I do, but what's going on? He's like, well, it'd be for hazarding the ship. And still I was confused. He said, well, my favorite navigate wasn't there, and she threw the piloting party into chaos. And as I found out, this was not a joke. The piloting party went to Mark, Mrs. Oney, and she wasn't there. And they literally thought the boat was not in the right spot. They did 3 consecutive rounds to verify that they were in the right spot, and Mrs. Oney wasn't. That's how consistent she was. So, that is the way I feel, that without her, I'd be lost. Thank you very much to each co-workers. We're going through a little bit of tragedy right now, at least for us it is. And they were the first ones to offer up help without hesitation. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Scott. You will be missed, trust me. I wish you would stay in longer. You would make a great guy. Lieutenant Commander Desai, please come to the podium and read the watch.
For 23 years, Chief Oney has stood the watch. While some of us were in our bunks at night, this sailor stood the watch. While some of us were in school learning our trade, this shipmate stood the watch. Yes, even before some of us were born into this world, this shipmate stood the watch. In those years when the storm clouds of war were seen brewing on the horizon of history, this shipmate stood the watch. Many times, he would cast an eye ashore and see his family standing there, needing his guidance and help, needing that hand to hold during those hard times. But he still stood the watch. He stood the watch for 23 years. He stood the watch so that we, our families, and our fellow countrymen could sleep soundly in safety each and every night, knowing that a sailor stood the watch. Today we are here to say, shipmate, the watch stands relieved by those you have led, guided, and trained. Chief Oney, you stand relieved, we have the watch.
Bosun, stand by the pipe side. Shipmate going ashore. Side boys post. Commander Fraley will now present Chief Oney with his Fleet Reserve Certificate. This is certified that Chief Scott Oney will be transferred from active duty to the Fleet Reserves of the United States Navy on 30th day of September 2013 after 23 years of service. This certificate is awarded as a testimonial of faithful and honorable service. Signed, Commander Fraley, Commanding Officer, USS Alabama. Ladies and gentlemen, Chief Oney will now report to Commander Fraley and request permission to go ashore for the last time.
Permission granted.
Bosun, pipe Chief Oney and his family ashore. Chief Petty Officer, United States Navy, retired, departed. Go Bama!